Hey everybody, I had a really good Crypt of the NecroDancer daily today, and I thought it was worth uploading. One of the interesting things about it is that I spent just about the entire run with only half a heart. It's a Shrine of War there. I hit it right away, knowing full well the consequences of that. In particular, it makes the boss fights harder. You'll notice it also spawned a bunch of wraiths. There's another one. But yeah, that seemed like a good decision at the time, and ultimately it paid off, but it was a pretty risky move. And for the whole run, I take a lot of risks, but they do pay off. I managed to make it work. The Shrine of War gives me a circlet of telepathy, which helps me a lot for seeing what's coming up, because I can see where all the enemies are. I can also see where the shopkeeper is on the map. It's the green dot in the upper left. It also gives me a Scroll of Gigantism, which, as I've explained before, can be used to take down all of a shop if you have a good enough shovel. And I actually do that a little bit later, so that pays off too. Every level has that little bit of money in the wall. I always try to find it. I sometimes forget whether I've gotten it or not. If you see me wandering around and not going down the stairs at the end of the level, it's probably because I'm looking for it. Obsidian shovel, that's important. And torches always help out to see secrets in the walls, like that one over there. A small weapon upgrade. It doesn't last very long. I switch it out for a gold longsword pretty soon, and stick with that for the rest of the game. There it is. So yeah, here's the other big risk I take. That takes almost all my life, but I do it anyway, because I figure it'll pay off. See, what would have been better is if I'd been able to go in there first, get that, use the blood dagger to get my health back, and then take the gold broadsword with me for the rest of the game. But this actually worked out fine. That would have been the less risky way to do it. Ballet shoes seemed worthwhile. And really, I just wanted to buy something to feel like it was worth spending a bomb in that shop, because it was the only one I had. I found that it's best not to just ignore minotaurs. You want to take them out as soon as you see them, unless you're planning to, I should have gone north there, that was a pretty dangerous situation. Unless you're planning to use them to take down a cracked wall. That was pure luck that I didn't die there, what I did with the red bat, because if it decided to attack me at the time, I would have been dead right there. But I was lucky enough to survive. Yeah, so I usually try to take out minotaurs as soon as I see them, rather than let them just run around and catch me off guard, unless I'm trying to take down a cracked wall with them. But I have an obsidian shovel, so I can just do that myself. Handled that one a little less riskily than the other one. That was good, I needed those since I used my last one, my only one, to get into the shop over there. Now right here the armor is definitely worth it, because otherwise I would die in one hit. That gives me 2. I also realize that I have an obsidian shovel and a Scroll of Gigantism, so I might as well take advantage of those things and do this. That would be better to do on a larger shop if you could find one, or like a boss arena that you'd cleared, because it would have more gold tiles on it. See, I was easily able to take all of those down with the obsidian shovel, even was giant almost after I'd collected all the coins. With a pickaxe, you can't quite get all of them at once. because it takes, I think, 4 hits each to take down the walls. But yeah, obsidian or glass shovel's best for it. There's a lot of wraiths I just heard. So I still don't completely understand how the Shrine of War works. I know that it makes wraiths appear, and it appears to cause any enemies that have harder variants to all be of the higher tiers. Like you'll notice, all of the skeletons are black. There are no white or green ones. All the bats are red. There's no blue ones. Oh, there is actually a green bat enemy that I encountered once in a daily. Once only. It's extremely rare. I should show that in video at some point, but it works like the red bat, but can also move diagonally, so it's really hard to get to a good angle to kill it from. I wonder if there are any other extremely rare enemies that I haven't seen yet. 'Cause yeah, I just encountered the green bat that one time, and that's the only time I've ever seen it. But it does show up in the Beastmaster, so I can go and fight it again. Kinda wish that trap hadn't been there, so I could have gotten a lot of money from those skeletons. I think that one ends up on it too. Well, no, not that one. One of those. That guy. I always have to think very carefully if I have enough vertical space when I'm going to be fighting a red dragon. If I don't, I'll try to take him to another location. Those things are super dangerous. So the way you kill shopkeepers in this game has changed quite a lot, actually. You can now use bombs and your own fireball spells on them, but they'll get angry at you and attack, and you can't fight back unless you use another bomb or fireball. So they're actually much more dangerous. If you want to kill one with a red dragon, they'll actually run away after they've taken one fireball from them. So you have to find a good place to corner him to fireball him again. I guess probably the best way to do it would be to have a red dragon, give him one fireball, and then if you had a fireball spell, use the other one on him. But yeah, it's much harder to kill a shopkeeper now. Not that I did it that much before, but it was something I did on occasion. So yeah, those are all red because of the Shrine of War. In some other video, I hit a Shrine of War and didn't understand why everything had turned red in here, but that's why. And Deep Blues with the Shrine of War active is actually one of the most dangerous bosses, so I was kind of worried about what was going to happen here, but I managed to handle it properly. It has a greater effect on Deep Blues than King Konga or Death Metal. Those two don't get as much harder with the Shrine of War. I was going for the red chest there because those are the ones that contain food. I was really hoping for some kind of food right here, because I'm tired of having only half a heart, but I stay that way for quite a while. Another red dragon. Just clearing a space to fight him. I'm glad that mushroom didn't cause me any problems. It easily could have if I hadn't noticed it, because it stopped me from moving right there. Couldn't quite remember how to fight those guys there. They always confuse me a little bit. So you have to be aware of which weapon you're using, because different ones attack from different directions. And actually, the flail changed recently, so it's not as bad. All of the attack spaces now are in the same direction, I believe, so you can't get cornered by skeletons so easily with a flail. So I should probably give it another try and see if I like it any better now. I still think it just hits too many tiles at once. I prefer the precision of a longsword. Keeping my eye on that arrow, because it can make armadillos quite a bit more dangerous than they would be otherwise. I think the main reason I like a longsword better than broadsword is because of those mushrooms. With a broadsword, there's no space you can attack them from and be safe, but with a longsword there is. In zones 1 and 3, I'm much happier to take the broadsword instead of a long one. Feeling pretty good about things here. Feel like I'm handling everything properly, so this could turn into a really good run, and it does. Since I have 6 bombs, it's definitely time to start using some of them. I was pretty tempted by that blood rapier because I sure could use some healing. It's way too expensive though. What I was thinking while I was here, if you can hear me over the noisy singing shopkeeper, still wish I could silence that guy. What I was thinking while I was here was if I happened to find a ring in another part of the level, any ring that I'm okay with wearing, I would come back here, buy the Ring of Shadows, steal the blood rapier, switch to back to the other ring that I'd found, and then leave. That's all assuming that I found a ring before I'd taken out everything in the level that could help me get healing. There was a lot that would have gone wrong with that plan, and it didn't actually pan out. So I just stick with half a heart, or a little bit longer. There's a blood whip though, so we don't have to think about the blood rapier anymore. I don't think I ever actually managed to get any healing with that thing though, because I really want to use the... I'd prefer to use the gold longsword. Since I was going up against a shield skeleton, I decided I didn't want to do the mental gymnastics required to figure out which direction the whip's going to attack him from. So I just go back to the golden sword. I also realized how far I was through the level and figured I wouldn't be able to get any healing anyway. Wasn't quite sure what was going on. Oh, there was another lucky spot where I easily could have died. Or actually, just lost my glass armor. Wasn't quite sure what was going on in that spot with the skeleton mage and the other things. Just got lucky and didn't take any hits. So right here, since I have a little bit of extra time, I decided to take the whip and go for any mushrooms that are left, and hope that it'll be enough to heal me. It's not though. I've never counted. I'm not actually sure how many hits it is with the blood weapon to get any healing. Something like 8 or 10 or so. Feels about right. Those guys are satisfying to beat on. I don't know why, it just feels good for some reason. There was another change to the... I regretted hitting that mushroom because there was another change to the game recently that made bombs blow up money on the ground, but apparently that didn't apply to exploding mushrooms, so the gold on the ground next to it actually survived. I could mess with my game files and replace the shopkeeper singing sound with something else, something less annoying. I have to try and do that. Finally some healing. Saw that red chest and was really hoping that was what was in it, but then I realized it was a mimic, but fortunately he still had some food in him. Whew. Surprised I got... Oh! Didn't get out of that without taking a hit. And there goes my glass armor. But I'm at full health now, so much better shape. So yeah, those Minotaurs are real troublemakers. You gotta take them out quick. Just poking around in case I've missed anything important. Oh, like that. I always like these things, even though they more often kill me than not. And this is where I managed to get a fireball spell. That's my last turn before I fall down the trapdoor. Death Metal 2. Not too bad. This is actually one of the least threatening death metals. Although those... Ooh, I did take a hit there. Those things running around a little hard to get a hold of, but they're not so bad. You know what? I have a fireball spell too. Didn't get a flawless victory, so no treasure, but that's okay. Nightmare's one of the least threatening bosses. Is basically a green dragon with an aura of darkness. I'm not entirely sure why it exists. Feels like it needs to do something else to be more threatening. Because the darkness is hardly really a problem, because once you're that close to him, you can see everything that's important. Now notice all the goblins are gray. That is another side effect of the Shrine of War. One of the more threatening ones, but I do manage to handle them okay. They never quite get the drop on me. Do a little dance with that guy to get him to where I can kill him. That is one advantage of the broadsword. You can kill those guys in a corner without letting them see you. With the longsword you can't, unless they're in a corner with 3 walls instead of just 2. Since I have some extra time, I decided to use more bombs and chop walls. Because I don't know how much extra I'll have in the next 2 levels to do that. For some reason I thought the stairs were up there, but no, they're down here. A lot going on there. I'm surprised we didn't take any hits there. Yeah, this is just a really good day for me. Usually I don't play this well. Apple! The reason I used a bomb there instead of saving it for the next level in case the shop was closed off is because I figured it's late enough in the game that I'm not actually going to want to buy anything from a shop, so I'd rather get 5 pieces of gold instead of just 3 that I would get from a closed off shop. Way too much ice on the ground. Having a little trouble figuring out how to move around it. I just wanted to use Fireball there for some reason. I have a bad habit of forgetting that I have spells and just never using them. Those are kind of tempting, but I decided I'm better off just sticking with what I have for this late in the game. There's a death trap if I've ever seen one. I very nearly walked right into it. That's the hazard of ice. Gotta really be aware of what's behind it before you step onto it. So that was an interesting thing that happened right there. The, what are those called? White? Or is white the one that's in Zone 2? Anyway, the purple floaty guys. So apparently you can't attack them when they're standing in a wall, even if you use an attack that does cover that space. So that's a good detail to know. I don't bother with Shrine of Sacrifice, as tempting as it is. It's probably... Ouch. Just knocked coals there. Probably not going to give me anything that... oh yeah, and I'm back to half a heart again. Like I said, I spent most of this run at half a heart. Right, I figure the Shrine of Sacrifice isn't going to give me anything that'll help me get more money, and... Actually, come to think of it, it might have given me some armor, which I sure could use. Okay, well, it was just a little too hazardous to go for it. Bad place to see a red dragon. Fortunately, it didn't go south first, otherwise I might have gotten caught in his fireball. This looks like an okay place to fight him. Since you can see just how crucial it is to this game to be able to dig in walls and use up a turn that way, I just can't imagine why you would ever want the Ring of Phasing or the Miner's Hat, or any other item, if there is one, that makes it so you can't dig in a wall and use up a turn to hold still. Those just seem like they break the game to me. Unless you have a War Drum, then you could use that to wait a turn. That's the main use of the War Drum that I've found, more so than the attack buff. There's not that many situations where I know I'm going to attack something on the next turn and could use the attack buff, except for shield skeletons. If I don't have a weapon that does 3 hearts of damage, then it can be pretty useful to knock the shields away. But in most other situations, I'm okay just using more turns to attack. I'm glad King Congo was the 3rd boss, so I'd say overall he's the most manageable. But he can kind of get cornered like I sort of did here, but I managed to keep the things off me long enough to get out of the corner. Fireball time! Oh yeah. I was hoping one of these chests would have gold in it. I wasn't sure which one to open though. I think they have gold in them if you have all of the items that they can give you. Or something, I don't know exactly how the logic works, but yeah, so that's the run. I was really happy with it. The leaderboards have this, I did land in place number 1, so I was happy with that. Leaderboards have this annoying bug where they do that after you look at them for just a little while, so I can't actually stop and see what's going on. My cursor is still there. Like, if I pressed return right now, I would replay my what we just saw. But anyway, that was a good run. I was very happy with it. See you guys later.